Woke up. Wake you up. Wake that ass up.
Program your alarm to Power 105.1 on iHeartRadio.
Good morning, USA. Yo 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 yo.
Just running a little late. Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump day. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here another day to serve our beautiful listeners. Good morning.
Good morning.
And listen, man, salute to everybody waking up this morning. Grateful for life.
That's
but
right.
Thinking about their cholesterol, okay? Now, as a person who takes statin every day, I was on the elevator coming up, and I saw a video that said a bowl of oatmeal a day will keep your LDL cholesterol low. And I said to myself, I never knew that. But that's what I eat for breakfast every morning. And when you get to my age, 47 years old, those are the things we think about. And you know what? Those are good problems to have. You know why?
Why?
Because you're still alive to have
That's
them.
right. That's true. That's right. My cholesterol is good, and my blood pressure is amazing. Thank God.
Blood pressure is amazing. I have one of those at the house. That's another thing, too. When you're born in 1978, you got to keep a little blood pressure machine at the house just in case. I'm telling you, man, people are passing away from heart attacks and strokes younger and younger now. So you just got to keep a high blood pressure thing at the house.
Yes.
Just in case.
Yes.
Just in case.
Now, have you been following this Nancy Guthrie story?
I keep seeing it pop up on my TV, but I have no idea what's going on. I just know the names, Nancy Guthrie and Savannah Guthrie.
Now, I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of like you, but it's been popping up so much. I want to know. Like, there's a kidnapping, there's a ransom note, there was blood found. Like, this is like a Lifetime movie.
I'll catch it on the True Crime podcast in the future. It might be. What's going on? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm saying in the future. Maybe this is the future. Did it happen? How long ago did this happen?
This happened a couple days ago. This lady, I guess her mother got, they believed, kidnapped, and there's a ransom note, and they found blood in the house, and now they're trying to figure out who done it.
Yeah, God bless him, man. Loren LoRosa came in the office the other day and was trying to tell me about it, and I was like, I'm over here looking at my cholesterol. Could you talk about something
Can you
else?
talk about something else, please? Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah, I'm just curious about it. When anytime somebody gets kidnapped or something happens like that, I just want to know how it happened.
It's too much going on in the world.
I know.
It's too much going on in the world.
It's interesting, though.
Okay? I feel like I've been seeing them names for a long time, though. Nancy and Savannah Guthrie. I feel like this happened a while ago.
To them again? I don't know the story. I don't know. I just been popping up.
I just saw something. The mama got taken or something like that.
The mama got taken. But I think
the mama got kidnapped.
You know what? Don't quote me.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Leave me alone.
I was hoping that you knew that you could.
I have no idea.
But you don't know.
Nope, I don't.
All right.
Not even a little bit.
Well, let's get the show cracking. LaRussell will be joining us this morning.
My guy, LaRussell. Now, I know something about LaRussell. LaRussell has launched a campaign to sell 100,000 copies of his album, Something's in the Water, and he's opening up the Super Bowl tailgate concert this weekend. And I love LaRussell, man. My guy, Hovain, rest in peace to Hovain. Hovain, a few years ago, told me to listen to this kid freestyle.
That's
and
right.
He sent me the record. It was called I think it was the 2021 freestyle. And I didn't listen to it at the time. And Hovain hit me back and was like, I know you ain't listening to that freestyle. Because he knew if I heard it,
that's right,
I would have been like, yo, who is this?
Bay Area artist. He gets busy. He can spit, and we're going to talk to him a little bit. All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Jess just walked in. Hopefully, Jess didn't park in the middle of the street and block everybody again.
I don't know.
Because she got up here too fast.
Hey, I woke up this morning, too, man. The good brother Nipsey Hussle was on my spirit. Dropping the clues bombs for Nipsey Hussle. Long live Nip, man. So let's start the show with some hustle and motivate, man. Okay?
Turn it up a little bit.
That's my motto always. It should be yours too. Hustle and motivate. You heard me?
Mr. Breakfast Club, good morning.
Long live Nipsey Hussle, man.
Absolutely.
Hustle the whole way.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news.
Is that real tiger skin?
What?
Is that real tiger skin?
On your hat?
On my hat?
Yes.
No.
Okay, just wondering. I will call Peter right now.
Oh, my goodness. All right, well, the Clippers traded James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's in exchange for Darius Garland and a 2026 second-round draft pick. Is that a good trade or bad trade?
I have no idea. I could care less. James Harden has been on 6 teams in his whole NBA career. It means nothing. Kobe Bryant was absolutely right about James Harden. You're never going to win a championship with that style of basketball.
But Darius Garland, Cleveland, he was a big thing for Cleveland. Like, he was part of the base when it came to Cleveland.
I have no idea about anything Cleveland. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know about anything going on in Cleveland.
He was. I'm just curious if Cleveland fans like it or hate it. Right. Anyway, what's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MB, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this
morning?
Peace,
Mimi.
Hey, girl.
Good morning. So we start this morning with some relief on Capitol Hill. A government shutdown has been avoided, at least for now. This is after lawmakers approved a short-term funding bill. So President Trump, he signed a bill ending that partial government shutdown, reopening most federal agencies after days of disruption. Now, the House, they narrowly passed the bill Tuesday after the Senate approved it last week. It funds major parts of the government, including defense, education, transportation, and health and human services through the end end of the fiscal year, which is in September. But this is only a short-term fix. Congress now has just 10 days to prevent another government shutdown. This one, though, focused entirely on the Department of Homeland Security. And right now, there's little confidence that this deal can be done. Let's listen to Speaker Mike Johnson.
Of the demands that were made, the requests that were made, many of those are already being implemented. You notice that that they're going to have the body cameras. We put $20 million additional dollars in this legislation. These are good things. The roving patrols will be modified. And remember, we did front load the funding for Immigration's Customs Enforcement and CBP in the big beautiful bill. So they have enough funding to go for the next few years. So what they will be tying up if the Democrats choose to close the government is these very essential services for everything else: FEMA, Coast Guard, TSA, and other aspects of national security. So it's a very dangerous game that they're playing.
Why is this fight happening every couple of weeks, Mimi?
It's happening every couple of weeks because they cannot agree on an overall spending package. And so they're piecemealing it together just to get by just a little bit. And so here we are again. We'll be back here in another 2 weeks, and then we'll be back here in September. So it just, the Republicans and Democrats, they just need to agree on what should be in these packages to fund the government. But it just keeps changing with, different bills that people keep introducing.
America is broke. What a poor-ass country living check to check. That's crazy.
That's basically what we are doing, right?
America is living check to check.
When you put it like that, we are definitely living check to check. So while the lights are back on across most of the government today, that clock is ticking toward the next deadline. So we'll see if that one happens within the next 10 days. Meanwhile, President Trump is again pushing for a much bigger federal role in how elections are running. This is coming as the 2026 midterm elections, they get closer. So in a podcast interview, Trump said Republicans should move to nationalize voting in parts of the country, arguing the federal government should have a bigger role. Let's take a listen to that.
The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least 15 places. The Republicans ought to nationalize the voting.
Once again, wiping his ass with the Constitution. Okay? Why nationalize the voting? Why do you think he wants to do that?
It's a really good question, and the White House was asked about that, and we're going to play that in just a second. But I just want to say that these comments come just days after the FBI, they searched that election office in Fulton County. We talked about that last week. That was part of the Justice Department, their investigation into the alleged voter fraud. Now, Fulton County, they have long said that they have been a part of Trump's false claims of that the 2020 election, they were rigged. They say that their elections were not rigged. They were certified several times over and verified several times over. But Trump, he keeps, coming back to Fulton County looking for those. I think it was about 12,000 votes. So he suggested that those court-ordered access to those ballots could reveal new findings. And so he took the ballots last week. Former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, she confirmed that Trump personally directed her to travel to Atlanta and connect with FBI and involve Trump himself in that case. That's, of course, according to sources familiar with the matter. And as you just said, traditionally, our elections, they are state and local elections. They're not run by the federal government. Now, the White House, she was asked to clarify that, White House Secretary Caroline Leavitt, what the president meant by that. Let's listen to what she had to say.
What the president was referring to is the SAVE Act. It provides very common sense measures for voting in our country, such as voter ID.
To be clear, he does believe the state should oversee it.
The president believes in the United States Constitution. However, he believes there has obviously been a lot of fraud and irregularities that have taken place in American elections. If you look at states like California, or if you look at New York City, for example, non-citizens are allowed to vote in elections. That just creates a system, an electoral system, that is absolutely ripe with fraud. And you cannot deny the fact that, unfortunately, there are millions of people who have questions about that.
Okay, so have they done any investigations to prove any of this fraud? Where are they getting this from?
Exactly.
Social media.
Exactly. That is the question. Where are they getting these quote, air quote, facts from? So we will continue to watch that. But now state officials, they're preparing for the possibility of federal involvement at polling places as we get closer to the midterm election.
Oh, yeah. I saw Steve Bannon propose yesterday that they should use ICE agents in elections. Like, they should have ICE agents at the polling places, which, I mean, anybody that was paying attention saw that coming a couple of weeks ago. I asked Governor Westmore that last week.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You could take nothing off the table right now with the administration. All right. Well, coming up at 7, a case involving Roblox and Snapchat that every parent needs to hear. What police say started as a chat online, turned into something more serious. We'll talk about it in 7.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Get it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Envy. What's up, Envy?
Yo, Trav, how do you get through each and every morning?
The back door. Y'all know this already.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Talk to us, sorry. What's up, Jess?
Hey, baby.
I just want to wish everybody a happy J. Cole Eve. I hope y'all got your J. Cole shopping done.
Why is it J. Cole Eve?
Well, we had to
Tomorrow
go
will be
shop-
J. Cole Eve, sir.
What's the shopping? What we had to buy?
Yeah, they get your merch, get the vinyl, get your hoodies, get your scullies, get everything you need. Know what I mean? Because J. Cole is coming in the morning, y'all.
Pause.
He's coming in. He's going to drop the presents off. First of all, sorry, don't touch your stuff.
That sounded crazy, though. Yes,
Be mad. Sorry. Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to listening to the J. Cole album. I mean, J. Cole album is a big. It's a big deal.
Don't go in trying to listen and be negative. Go in and just listen to some good music, some good rapping, some good technical skills. Don't go in trying to listen for nothing else.
I go in with an objective ear all the time. I don't have no dog in this fight.
All right. You know how you be.
No, I don't. No, I don't know how to be. You just don't want me to. You just want me to D-ride them like you do.
Wow.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm excited to hear the album, and I ain't D-Ride. I just want to hear the album, man. I'm excited to hear his project.
But happy J. Cole Eve, y'all.
Happy J. Cole Eve.
All right, man. Have a good one. Hello, who's this?
It's Down from Jersey.
Dad, what up, brother? Get it off your chest.
What up, man? Hey, Envy, man. I got a bone to pick with you, man.
Pause. What's up?
You from Dominica? Yeah. Major pause.
Yes, he's Dominican.
Dominica, go ahead.
Yeah, he's from Dominica. Hey, you still ain't play no Booyah tracks.
Who booty did what?
No, it's no booty,
know.
nothing. It's bouillon. It's type of music. It's like a genre of music. You know what? Because I'm not really tapped into it. You should DM me some songs.
You ain't about to look at your DMs.
I'm telling you, DM me some songs so
Come
I
on,
can
man.
I can download some of them. DM me now.
Tap into his booyah.
No, it's no
DM me
booty. It's
now.
bouillon.
Hey, so, man, you top 5 spiciest in the world.
Yes,
boy.
I am.
Yes, he is. He's
Thank
proud
you.
of it.
Top 3.
Top 5 spiciest in the world.
I'm glad you know.
He'll say,
Yeah,
DM
y'all
me
feel it.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
I'm serious about it. DM me some music. I ran into a couple of bouillon artists when I was out in Dominica, but yeah, send me some music. Tell me what's up.
I got you.
So what do you say? You be like, I like your booyah.
What?
What do you do? How do you say
No.
it?
It's like a genre of music, like Afro beats. It's
Oh,
bouillon.
so it's
okay,
the
got you, got you.
booyaka.
No, it's not booyaka. It's like it feels like a calypso type of music.
So you say I like your booyah.
No, I don't like nobody's
It's not. Why are you
booyah,
trying
man.
to say I like you? Booyah.
You say something again, I'm gonna call Peter. You know I got Ingrid number. That's my girl, the
Who is
CEO.
Ingrid?
The CEO of Peter. Keep playing.
Yeah, she's been up here a couple
Okay,
times.
that's my girl.
Yeah.
A clown.
All right. All right. I'll call Ingrid right now.
Get it off your
Okay,
chest.
Ingrid Newkirk. I'll call her right now on you.
800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
DJ Envy. Oh my God.
What's up? Who's this?
Come to the car. KAYDEE. Don't forget. That's how you spell it.
Yeah,
You
we
gotta
don't got
spell it.
nothing
You
to do.
could've just
We
said
don't got
K.
nothing else to do on this show, but listen to you. We got you. We got all the time in the
Thank
world.
you. Okay, hey Jess, hey DJ Envy.
Hey, boo.
What's Charlamagne?
What the hell are you?
Are
You at Starbucks?
seriously okay?
You're a Dunkin'
Am I
Donuts
okay?
run.
Why would you think that stud pee out of funnels? You're actually insane.
What? What you say?
Because why would you say that? Like,
What? When did I say studs pee out of funnels?
What?
Put it on.
You said that?
I don't know.
You said it on The Brilliant Idiot because I listened to the podcast. And I'm a lesbian, and I can't believe you said that. Studs do not do that.
You said studs pee out of funnel.
Now, that is not true. There are a couple of studs who walk around with that thing on them all the time, and they go to the bathroom and pee. And they go to the bathroom and pee standing up.
I never heard of that.
Oh, shut up. That is not true.
Yes, it is.
We was talking about a funnel, and they attach the funnel and pee through it?
Yes.
Yo, shut up, man.
Yo.
I just wanted to shout out the 757. I'm calling from the 757. Shout out to everybody in the 757. You already know.
Yeah.
And I love y'all.
We love y'all too, and we love all.
I love you.
I love you more. I love all the studs in the 757 that look like Pusha T and Malice.
Shut up. It is how long that look like Push. I ain't lying.
What is wrong with y'all, yo?
Oh, my God.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what up, though? This D1.
What up, D1? Get it off your chest.
Good morning.
Good morning, my bad. Good morning, Jess. Hey, I wanted to say two things real quick, so don't cut me off. But yesterday when the brat was on there, she was talking about she made her girl 11 times, right?
Yeah.
Traumatized.
You started hating.
Envy and Charlamagne looked at each other like, huh? Because he asked what type of toy you used. She said no toy she used. Did y'all ever figure out what she was doing?
Oh, now you want to know.
She said herself. She said that's on her. But I'm going to tell you why we can't put too much pressure on ourselves as men when it comes to that. Women know each other's bodies. So it's always a cheat code when women are with other women, bro. Absolutely. It's just some things we ain't going to be able to learn. You know what I'm saying?
D1 wanted to know.
That confused look like if she ain't using no toy, what she doing? And another thing, though, I wanted to holler at you, Charlamagne, about this book I'm writing, man. It's called Product of My Environment.
Oh, okay.
About, young black kids, not black, but poverty kids in the ghetto, and like how people can dictate how like LeBron, you get a LeBron James or you get a good kid trying to sell drugs, or it shows 5 different ways of how kids come out the ghetto and how they like the kids with no parents make it to the league, or a parent that got good parents and go to prison for selling drugs, and it just give a description of why these kids are doing that. And it's just a book I just want to write about so people can understand why certain kids go the route they go, and the decisions they make is based on their environment.
I love that idea. I'm going to tell Eddie, get your information. Is Eddie over there?
No, Eddie late. Hold on. We'll get his information. Hold on,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm going to put you on hold to get your information, my brother.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now we got the latest with Loren coming up.
Loren not here?
Yeah, she's not here
I
yet.
feel like I passed Loren on the highway, and I was wondering why the hell she was going the direction she was going.
She was on the wrong
Maybe
side?
that wasn't her, though. I thought that was her.
Wasn't her.
Oh, my God. I was gonna say, he thinks she is the dumbest person in the world.
I do not
driving
think
down
Loren is
wrong-
the dumbest person in the world.
Okay.
Just America.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Yo.
There she go.
Hey, hello, cool, baby. My girl. What's up, my niece?
He said he
How
does not
you?
think you're the dumbest person in the world. Like, he said he does not think
I
you're
do
the
not
dumbest
think.
person in
I
the
would
world.
never just said that.
No, I
I do
did
not
not.
think Lauren's the dumbest person in the world.
He said that he was driving in this morning and thought he saw you driving down the wrong side of the damn street.
I did not say the wrong side of the street.
Why would I be riding down the wrong side of the
I wondered why you was going that direction.
Oh.
I feel like I passed you and you was going to. I was like, why you just didn't make the left turn? That's all.
On what street was it?
It wasn't you, because you were way behind him.
Oh, shoot. You stopped at CVS this morning to get some earrings? Go ahead, Lauren. Lauren ain't no joke.
Not
Look at
no
me.
CVS.
Why you still got that band on like you just left the club?
Lauren
We
ain't no
went to a
joke.
premiere last night. I
We
never
did
took
not
it
go
off.
to
You never took your band off?
No.
You didn't take a shower?
Oh, you went to go see
I did.
relationship
She did
goals?
take a shower. Them
That's
things.
relationship goals, right?
Yes, and I saw Lala yesterday.
It
Met
was
Lala
lit,
in person
yes.
for the first time. We went
For
to,
real?
I mean, we saw the movie again because we watched it already, but it
That's
was
my girl. That's family right
that
there.
was my first time meeting
Love
her, and
Lala.
we had a really great
That was
conversation.
your first time meeting Lala?
If she made me feel good about doing this job, and then I walk in here and you're angry.
First of
Salute to
all,
Lala.
Lala
Yes.
is family, okay? I love her.
Yeah, she did. I loved meeting her yesterday, even though it was brief. It was a great interaction.
All right. Well, we got the ladies coming up.
We do. We're gonna talk about Nicki Minaj some more because she has been a Trump supporter, and now she's telling us like for years.
And behind the scenes, you got to break me down with all the stuff, the kidnapping, the ransom. I thought
was
Jess was
telling
going to know.
Unc yesterday.
Because Jess into that, but
No, it's a whole thing. It's like not. It seems not real, but it's real. But it does seem like a Lifetime movie.
It does.
It's a lot of twists and turns. It's crazy.
Well, yeah. Twist and turning. The way you fighting to get that goddamn bracelet off. You should not be in the club no more if you can't even get the band off once you leave.
First of all, I'm 30 plus. It's a Amazon Prime premiere, not a club now.
Oh, you're right.
All right. Well, ladies with Lauren's up next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Lauren.
Your talk, LL Cool, babe.
Yeah. I'm not dumbing myself down. I'm being myself.
Sources trust.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything and everything.
Little brown girls look at you and go, I want to be like you.
Take me through that, take me through that.
Where's she going? The latest with Loren
Take me
LoRosa
through that, take me through that.
on The Breakfast Club.
LL Cool Band.
Talk to me.
Hey, y'all. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just
LL
want to
Cool
say, thank you, Netflix. They sent me some headphones.
Uh-oh.
And I can't get them to work yet, but I will be wearing them. I think it's because I was on air that day and my headphones stopped working.
They
and
must
I
have
got
known
a
you were
gift.
struggling. They must have
Yeah,
known
and
you
they're
were
so
struggling.
fire, they're so nose. And I put my name on them so no one will take them out the studio.
Do they have to be charged, maybe?
I did charge it a little bit.
don't
We'll
think you
figure it
charged
out. I
them
just
long
wanted to
enough.
say thank you to Netflix
fire.
for sending those
Salute to
headphones.
Netflix.
They want to make
Yeah.
sure we can get this right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started. Okay, we talked a little bit about this interview yesterday, but the full interview dropped last night. Nicki Minaj sat down with Katie Miller for the Katie Miller podcast, and she's just talking about her newfound Trump support, or so I thought, newfound. Nicki Minaj says that some time ago she had actually reached out to Trump before she went public about her support for him and had a conversation with him. Let's take a listen.
Have you ever spoken with President Trump?
I have. During the last campaign, he got on the phone. He was very easy to talk to. Because I said, everything I do, I have to take into account for my fan base. I said, do you have a problem with the LGBT community? And I asked him if he had a problem with the Jewish community. And I asked him about women's rights. And he gave me wonderful answers to all of them, to where I knew that he respected me and he respected my fan base. He just is an authentic human being. And it made me feel comfortable, but at that time, I didn't come out and endorse him. I wish I did, though.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been trying to figure out where this Trump support has come from and what the timeline was. And
because she used to criticize Donald Trump
heavily. I was very surprised to hear in this interview when she said, some time ago she decided to go on over to the other side. But yeah, so she's clarifying that. Now she also too, because
she said in the rap that Donald Trump wanted to send her home. That was at least
years
a decade ago.
Yeah, that was Island Girl. Now she also talked a bit about because there's been a big conversation on how is Nicki Minaj supporting Trump when a lot of her Barb community are a part of the LGBTQ community, right?
Yeah.
So she has a conversation about where she stands on trans people because she's gotten a lot of backlash for supporting. Let's take a listen.
I personally don't have an issue with the trans part of the LGBT at all. I am the biggest advocate for adults being able to do whatever the heck they want to do. They're adults. I don't care. I only mentioned something because when it comes to children, I wouldn't even allow my 17-year-old daughter to get breast implants. 99% of the parents would not let their 17-year-old child get breast implants. So if you want to let a child get breast implants, you're not going to want them to have any kind of surgery, because we all know the brain is not developed. And we've heard about 19 times more likely to commit suicide. What more do you need to know? That a child is 19 times more likely to commit suicide if they have a surgery before they're an adult?
I mean, I can't act like she's not making sense right there.
Yeah,
she's making sense.
Totally understand that part.
Well, she's, there's more to this interview. You guys can check it out. It's not out in full, but she just gives you kind of she pulls back the layers of where she stands on a lot of things and, why she's donating money to certain places and all of that. Now, moving on in other news. So I saw that Sherri Shepherd, she finally spoke out on her cancellation via her Instagram. She did not do it via her show because she says that she has COVID, but she posted a lot of the support. And we talked about yesterday, the Sherri Shepherd show has been canceled after 4 seasons. She says, wow, I am completely overwhelmed by the outpouring of love for me in the Sherri show. You might have noticed that yesterday and today I was struggling because I wasn't feeling up to speed. Well, it turns out I have COVID. As soon as I feel better and return to the show, I will address all of the news that has come out. Until then, I'm truly grateful that Sherri has made such an impact on you. See you soon. I planned to go to the show today because I thought she was going to address it and I wanted to see it.
Right.
She's not going to, she has COVID, so that won't happen.
So how does that work though? All right, so who will be doing her show, or it's just not?
I don't know if like pre-taped. I don't know how that works because I don't know. From what I know, she shoots like 2 shows a day too, so I don't know how they figured out when she's sick. But
I don't know the last time I heard somebody had COVID though.
Yeah,
like I don't even know last time I seen somebody take a test for COVID
because they don't talk about it. But you think
it's
all
normal now.
You think all these flu cases was just flu this year?
I just think they just say it's the flu, but I haven't heard somebody say that they had actually COVID in a long time.
Well, I hope she feels better.
Yeah,
Same as well, and I'll keep you guys updated there. Now, real quick, this morning I heard you guys speaking of talk shows.
Yes, tell us.
I heard you guys talking about Savannah Guthrie.
Now, who is Savannah Guthrie?
So she is one of the anchors on the Today Show.
Okay.
And so news broke over the weekend that her mom was missing. Now, it started out as her mom. Her mom is 84 years old. It started out as her mom is missing, and then on Sunday, a family member called police because they still couldn't figure out where she was. And then it escalated to now homicide detectives are involved, and they believe that they think, they're not for sure, that she was taken out of her home at some point. They're not for sure if it was out of her bed. Original report said that her mom was taken out of her bed and that they were looking at local sex offenders and local cameras and cameras from her home trying to figure it out. But police are saying that they're not for sure whether or not she was taken out of her bed, but they are confirming that this is now a crime scene, that it's not just a missing person because of things that they found in the home that were concerning when they went into the home. So this is now a crime scene. And
so is it true that they asked for a ransom? I thought I read somewhere that somebody
I
asked
have
for a ransom.
audio. So TMZ received a ransom letter. Let's take
They
a
sent
listen
it
to
to
TMZ.
It's written like a ransom note for Savannah Guthrie's mother.
Specific
and they're
requests
very
for certain amounts of money,
very specific.
Bitcoin.
There are certain things they're saying about what she was wearing and damage to the house
that
as
they're
if
clearly saying to verify that
it's us.
We know what we're talking about here.
So we've contacted the sheriff's department. Again, we don't know
if
it's
this is legit. Right.
If it's authentic or not, then there's a dollar demand and an or else in there.
Now
it sounds like an inside job.
They don't. Yeah,
it's a little crazy.
Well, her net worth is $40 million, so she has.
Most definitely.
And there are like multiple, I guess, ransom notes that are popping up now because the sheriff's department had to actually issue a statement saying that they're aware of the reports circulating about ransom notes with an S. The one that was sent to TMZ, they say that they're asking for a number in the millions in exchange for Nancy Guthrie, who was Savannah Guthrie's mom.
What makes them believe? Okay.
No, they were also saying that it's imperative that they find her soon because she has medicine that she needs to take. Or she gonna die.
Yeah, Jenna Bush went on her show, who's a friend of Savannah Guthrie. She's another talk show host, and she said, "Look, she has medications that she takes daily that she can't survive with. Like it's important that we find her
without.
Can't survive without." And there's also been reports too that her pacemaker had like stopped, kind of like I guess it was connected to an Apple Watch, reportedly, and there's like no signs there. And at this point, all Savannah can say is like, please pray, please, if you have any information, please reach out. But
well, it sounds like an inside job, but I will say if it's not, what makes them believe they're gonna get away with something like that in 2026? Whoever came up with that idea is going to prison. You're not kidnapping somebody's mother and holding them for ransom and getting away with that, especially as someone as high profile as Savannah Guthrie. Okay, and if they ask her for Bitcoin, they also must believe that Bitcoin isn't traceable. Okay,
that's crazy. Well, I hope they find her mother, and I hope they get her back safely.
This has to be a nightmare for her. She dropped out of the coverage for the Winter Olympics too when all of this started. But I can't imagine.
Where do they live?
Her mom lives in Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, she lives in Arizona. Yes. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that's the latest with Loren. When we come back, we got front page news, and then LaRussell will be joining us, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. All right. Now, the Clippers traded James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for Darius Garland and a 2026 second-round draft pick. I got to call Andrew, Madison's fiance. He's a huge Cavaliers fan. I just wonder if this is a good trade because people say Harden bounces from team to team.
He's been on 6 teams his whole career. This is 6 team, and I forgot how many he is.
I wonder if this is a good trade for them.
But he's really good, though, right?
Yes,
he is. But you're not going to ever win a championship with James Harden's style of basketball. Kobe Bryant said that a long time ago, and God bless the dead, Kobe Bryant was absolutely right. Because he ain't sniffed an NBA final. I don't even think I think he's been to the Western Conference Finals one time in his whole career. Like you're not going nowhere with James Harden.
Damn.
What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MV, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this morning?
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. So we start this hour with the warning for parents about how quickly online games can turn into real-world danger. So 2 sisters in Florida just 12 and 15 years old. They have been found safe after police say they were kidnapped by a man they met while playing Roblox. What? Now, if you're a parent, I'm sure you know this game very well. Yes. Investigators say the conversation later moved to Snapchat, where a 19-year-old man allegedly spent months gaining the girl's trust. Now, family members told police they noticed red flags, including unexpected gifts showing up at the home, food delivery showing up at the home. Authorities say the suspect, he drove more than 1,500 miles and drove nearly 23 hours straight from Nebraska to Florida, telling the girls to meet him. Now, the sisters, they disappeared on Saturday around 5 p.m. The case broke wide open after a traffic stop by the Georgia State Patrol, who found both girls inside the suspect's vehicle. What? Let's listen to police.
In the communications that we did see, there was romantic conversation. Again, nothing sexually explicit that we found yet, but keep in mind, there's a lot of work to be done. We're still going through those devices. We recovered his device, and we're doing search warrants on his device, so we'll see what was in there. But there's nothing good with a grown man coming into the state of Florida, removing 2 teenage girls, and taking them to Omaha, Nebraska.
Wow.
Yeah, that is scary.
And the guy was 19?
19 years old.
19.
He was by himself?
He was by himself. Apparently, the girls, something about they got their phones taken away, so they were talking to him on a family iPad or something, and then the mom or the dad, they something sparked their memory, and they had deleted the Snapchat app, and then they went back. They found the correspondence. They showed it to the police. They were able to track him and his movements through his phone, and that's how they found him. But this all started on Roblox, and I know a lot of parents allow your children to play on Roblox. So police are saying that, of course, both social media companies, they are cooperating with the police, but they're reminding parents to check those apps, monitor messages, and talk openly with your kids about who they're talking to online. And law enforcement, they're reminding that grooming doesn't always look obvious. Online conversations can be very real, go wrong very fast. And so,
Jesus Christ.
12 and 15 years old.
That's scary. My son plays Roblox. He plays a couple of the other games too, but what I like to do for all the parents out there is I just go in the room while he's playing.
Yeah.
And I just sit in the room and just listen and listen to what other people are saying, listen to what he's saying back, and I do that once, twice a week just so I can get a vibe of what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm still from the era of I take my kid's phone just give me a phone. What's your code?
Yeah,
and I look through the phone, I look through the text, I look through everything. It's just, it is what it is.
I just feel like our kids got way too many outside influences. I mean, and I hate to be the parent that, sets a lot of boundaries when it comes to that. But when you got, 10-year-olds and 7-year-olds and 4-year-olds like I do, they're influenced by so many things that are outside of your control. And I personally don't want that.
Yeah, even as young as your kids and the teenagers, though, that's worse because they're actually out in the world. My son, he's 13 and he go to school and they talk about girls that they meet on the chat and in Roblox, like you just said, like, Roblox and all that stuff. And that's scary, but that's why Rome, he does the same thing that you said. He'll go in the room with Ash and he'll be like, yo, let me see your phone. You got the code. Now Ash gets slick and change it, but he always still gives it like, all right, I changed my code. This is what it is. Rome always check his phone.
I do that all the time.
Make sure,
And you know what makes me do that? Madison is the one that makes me go, check the phone. Something, this, that, and the other. Or now, like Madison is on it worse than me.
Yeah, it's
big sister, she on it.
That's good.
Yeah, very important to monitor your kids' behavior on social media. And now to Atlanta, where church disruption is drawing comparisons to what we're seeing in Minneapolis. So video shows an uninvited preacher at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church pulling out a camera and loudly condemning the congregation during a worship service.
What is going on?
Pastor Jamal Bryant says the disruption, it crossed the line from protected speech into criminal behavior, especially inside of a place of worship. Let's listen to a little bit of that rant from the man.
He's going to destroy this church. It's time to repent of your wicked ways. Race-baiting, stirring hatred.
He was white.
He was white.
Yeah.
So church security, they removed the man, but no arrest was made. And this is a contrast, of course, to what is happening in Minneapolis.
Oh, really?
Yes. And then Minneapolis, where people who disrupted service inside the church, they were arrested for protesting. Now, Bryant, he is now questioning whether enforcement is being applied evenly and whether black churches are receiving the same protection under the law. Let's listen to what he had to say about that.
This white evangelical nationalist pastor
had the audacity, he and his wife, to get out of his car and for propaganda and disturbance, filmed themselves coming into our church. And since you are against places of worship being disturbed, and this gentleman attempted to do it at a black church, I want to know, when is the arrest warrant?
The craziest thing is the black churches ain't like they used to be, because the church that I grew up in would have beat his ass.
Yeah, they would have whooped him out.
There's no way.
Well, that's not a good church then.
Well,
the Bible tells you to avoid physical confrontation. The Bible tells you to turn the other cheek. The Bible tells you to avoid vengeance. The Bible says that we don't battle against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of evil. So you lying.
No,
you ain't never
not.
seen nobody get beat up in your church.
Yeah, right.
No,
Yeah,
not the pastors.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe not the pastors and deacons, but the congregation would have dragged him out.
What?
Absolutely,
Security,
positive.
right? A lot of churches have security. I would say
Now, we
that
ain't have
Pastor
security,
Jamal's. Yes, church has a lot of security, so you
No,
know.
not
Now,
the
we had
church
security
that
in,
I grew up in.
They
Yeah,
had dragged him
all
out, though.
Black churches don't play that. Never played that back in the day. No, getting your ass whipped in the name of Jesus. I'm sorry,
In the name
but
of
you're getting your ass whipped. Sorry.
That's why you don't go to that church no more?
No, that's exactly why. Because they grew up and they don't do that no more.
All right. Well, we will see what happens with that. He is he mentioned Attorney General Pam Bondi by name, and calling for the arrest of that protester and his wife who came into his church, just like some of the protesters did in Minneapolis. So we will see if there is an arrest in that. We'll continue to follow that. But that is your front page news. I am Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV for more stories. Follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit VINnews.com.
Now, when we come back, LaRussell will be joining us.
Yes, sir.
LaRussell has an album that's coming out in, I think, in the next couple of days, right?
Well, it's called Something's in the Water. It was supposed to come out this week, but he launched a campaign to sell 100,000 copies of his album, and he wanted to sell it within 30 days, and he didn't reach that goal. So he actually pushed it back because he really wants to reach the goal before he puts the project out.
All right.
And you can pay what you want for that album.
That's right.
I love it.
And we're going to talk to LaRussell next.
But y'all can't pay a penny because they don't make them no more.
Correct. All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Always a pleasure to see this brother,
His
man.
album is out right now. Something's in the Water. Ladies and gentlemen, LaRussell. Welcome back, brother.
Yes, sir.
Well, no, Something's in the Water comes out on the 6th.
Yep.
I hear it all
You know, we moving it back.
Oh, you
Because
moving it back?
we've been campaigning to sell 100,000 albums.
It's out, right?
And no, it ain't out
No, it
yet.
ain't out.
We just been doing pre-orders, so people can go pre-order and listen to like some of the tracks. But we hit 21,000 albums in 30 days. So
wow,
you know.
Now talk to us about this 100,000 copy. You trying? What's it called? The 100,000 albums challenge. You trying to sell 100,000 copies?
Yeah.
Independently off this one project. Where did that idea come from?
Man, just a stroll with me and the homie. You know, we take walks every morning and just kind of build the vision and the dream and what we want. And it was one of the moments I was feeling myself, and I'm like, nigga, I could sell 100,000 albums, you know? Yeah. And I decided to just go to the world with it and believe in myself and take the chance. You know, I think it's a goal that a lot of people don't get to achieve. And I wanted to see that through for myself and my community.
I love what you do because it's like the evolution of Nipsey Hussle's Proud to Pay campaign, but yours is pay what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like people who just appreciate you and appreciate what you do end up dropping some money.
Yeah.
Right? Kyrie Irving dropped what, 11,000?
11,000.
Snoop Dogg 2,500. John Bellion, the Snow the Product, did 5K. Cedric Entertainer did 1,000.
Yeah. Raphael Sadiq.
10,000.
Yeah. And then just like regular people too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
11,000, like 10,000, 8,000. Hey, this is dope. And do you have a deadline for it? The 100K?
I saw you just extended.
Yeah, I just extended. So I'm going to go through February. Okay. You know, I really feel like it's an achievable goal. And just where we landed at 21,000 indie, I've already, you know, there's major artists that can't sell that amount. So we've already surpassed it. But I just want to see it to fruition. I believe I could do it.
So wait, you wanted to sell 100K albums before you dropped it. Oh, I thought you meant just sell.
Nah.
That's why I asked you the deadline. Damn.
Yeah. Before.
Damn. This is still good though. 23,000 pre-orders.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, congratulations.
Gratitude.
Now Lil Jon did every record on the album?
Yep. Everything. And my homies, my in-house team, they teamed up with John and we sat in the studio. I think we did a total of like 4 sessions and got it done.
How did you hook up with Lil Jon?
It's been some years we've been chopping it up, and then we was randomly in LA and having a convo, and I was like, I'm just finna text Lil Jon and see if he respond, and we was in the studio the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is LaRussell sound? Because like people see you do records with Lil Jon, they see you doing the hypey stuff because you from the Bay, but then you can actually spit. Like you're a lyricist.
Yeah.
What is LaRussell's sound?
It's hard to encapsulate, and it's tough. We talk about that often. Like a lot of people think I'm just like a Bay Area rapper because they've seen like lately what's popular or what's viral. But you found me early, do that little dance, and people who know me, people who watch the Tiny Desk know. It's really hard to, I make everything from R&B to rap pop. I think the sound is just music. I just make life music.
Vane sent me that. It was the 2021 freestyle.
Yeah.
It was Good Company Radio. I forgot what the name of the freestyle was. No, it was called
2021 freestyle.
Yeah. And I heard that, and it was funny because Hovain sent it to me. God bless the dead. He sent it to me, and I didn't click on it. And then like a day later, he was like, "You ain't click on that video I sent you," because he knew that if I clicked on it, I'd be like, "Yo, who is this?"
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. I'm like, "Yo, this dude is phenomenal."
Yeah.
So that's all to me. That was always the lane. But then I started seeing you do everything, and I'm like, man, LaRussell can just do whatever he wants at this point.
Yeah, and that was the goal from the beginning. Like I've always made every kind of music, but I went viral for this, so people assume that that's what it was, and I've always wanted to have regional representation and make sure people understood where I was from too. When I started, everybody seen the freestyles and they thought I was from the East Coast, so this is just like me bridging the gap.
This album tells you ain't from the East Coast. This is from the Bay Area, 1,000%. So what I was gonna say, what was your mind frame for this? Did you want people to know, I'm from the Bay, this is the sound? Or
they don't know about now, goddamn.
Right. Yeah, I really wanted something that represent us. I feel like as a region, we haven't had dominance in a long time. Even when people think of their top 10 list, you don't often put a Bay Area artist in there. And I wanted to just remind people, like, we make the music that the culture moved to. When you hear certain beats, that's our sound, that's our BPM and our resonance, but it's also, we get down. It ain't too many people who can rap with me either.
Are there people who take advantage of the format and try to underpay for the album? Like, here's a penny.
Of course, but I don't even look at it as taking advantage. We meet people where they are, and I've had some people give me $1 for one thing and then come back 3 months later when they in a different position and get me right with 100. So I've learned to stop basing whatever they use on that day as like the value or the worth of what they think my art is.
Now, if somebody gives you $11,000, right? Is that one album?
Yeah, so Kyrie bought one album for $11,000. So you could either buy multiple for an amount, or you could buy one. And what's special, both of them apply to me because he gave me a world record for the highest digital album sold by buying one for that amount versus buying 1,000.
Wow. Yeah, I don't like that. I like because you could have had, instead of having 23,000, it should have been 33,000.
Yeah, right. That's how I would be saying.
And then I look at
but I wouldn't have.
Then I'd have been 43,000.
But it wouldn't have been history.
It wouldn't have been history.
Gotcha.
It wouldn't have been history.
Got you.
So either one is beneficial.
Because it ain't
11,000 ain't never non-beneficial, no matter how you cut it up.
Because it ain't really 23,000 copies, right? You could say
I really sold like
you really
the
sold
amount
60, 70,000 based on these numbers.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think the true monetary value of the project is?
It's priceless. I think that's what I built my whole ethos and brand on. It's not free. It's priceless. When you get an experience that changes your life, or you get to support somebody who's revolutionary and doing something new and different and making history, that's a priceless experience to contribute to no matter what.
Yeah.
You built a career outside the traditional industry machine. Like, what did independence give you that a major label never could?
Freedom. Every label situation I was getting offered early didn't allow me the ability to do what I did. I released 43 albums just in the past. Since 2021, I've dropped 43 albums. So in 5 years, I was able to build my catalog that my family, my team, everyone, the fans, there's people who own equity. Even that, me being able to share royalties with fans and my homies, that don't exist in the major system. It's like those royalties ain't yours to give.
He not capping either. He tried to give them to me. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. I did.
Wallow. Everybody who helped me early, you know, I tried to take care of just because it's like.
But only because we can't. I'm a radio personality, so I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's, that's unethical. But I'm like, nah, bro, I can't. I'm not doing that.
But you a
appreciate
human.
you.
Love that, though. You're a radio personality, but you're a human outside of this. Like one day it won't be radio, and you'll just be Charlamagne, and it's like you help contribute to the culture. You deserve to have equity in that.
Yeah,
that's a dope way of thinking.
Illegal.
Yeah, okay.
At what point did you realize you didn't need permission to be successful?
When I started being granted the same opportunities as the people that I thought were here to me. And, you know, being able to come on Breakfast Club early and being someone who got to come on to rap. That first time, I didn't even get interviewed. I just came and rap. We filmed the whole process of me coming up the elevator. It was like a 10-minute video total. Like, I came in, rapped, and left. You know, and that's all it was. And being granted that type of access as an indie and as someone who people tell you, like, oh, you need major distribution, you need this, you need that. And to get the same access and opportunity really just altered my perspective on what was possible.
Let's talk about the whole meeting, because you met with Roc Nation, you know, I guess a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And you had some criticism of the deal that they offered you.
Yeah.
Then, well, first of all, talk about that first of all. What was the criticism?
Yeah, so in 2021, Roc Nation was one of the first labels to offer me a deal, you know, and Hovain championed that, and we was talking earlier about that. And when they offered me the deal, just my entire process of going through that, like meeting who was the heads then, the energy was unideal, you know, but they ended up offering me a deal, and the first draft of the deal that came to me didn't have like any advances, any money, anything attached to it. It was just like a discretionary fund, 360, 10%. Yada yada. So I went into the office and I'm like, man, what's up with the deal? Like, where's all the info and the numbers? This don't really make sense. And then guy makes a phone call and he come back with another deal within like 2-3 minutes, and it had all the numbers on it, and it just blew me because I was like,
y'all was trying to get
like
me.
if I would have signed the first draft of the deal, would you have ever told me that this wasn't the right deal? You know, from there it just made me feel uneasy, and that's when I start talking like I gotta holler at Hov, because I feel like Hov didn't champion this. Like I don't think he know what's going on, you know. And I never really heard nothing back from them. It just kind of kept moving, but that news spread, and I'm like, man, I mean, I can only share my truth, you know. And just recently, probably a year and a half ago, Cruz from Roc Nation hit me, and he's like, you know, we're building a new regime up here. We got all new people, and you know, I really want to make sure you understand that that's not reflective of us or representative of us and how we believe, you know, that should have went. We understand what you're doing and we respect it. But I was still in the stance of like, nah, I gotta holler at Hov. You feel me? And eventually I got to holler at Hov, and we really sat and talked for 3 hours. And he brought up, you know, the deal and everything, and just told me what it was and this journey, and how this little black kid from Vallejo saying something to the world about Hov's company is what made him look at his own house and be like, man, that wasn't right. That shouldn't have went that way. You know, he didn't even have full, when you run a company that big, you don't always have full visual of what the people that you empower are doing.
So clearly the conversation was good that y'all had.
Incredible.
Yeah. So would you have taken the $500,000 or the dinner?
Both.
Both
of them.
Are you thinking of signing with Roc Nation this time around?
You know, I'm officially signed to Roc Nation.
Hey!
Wow. Now what changes? What does that mean?
It means I now have support beyond just my homies, and somebody who truly believe in what I'm doing, who's already done what I've done to show me the path. You know, I've gotten to a point of so much success independently where I'm from that I lost my guides. You know, I surpassed a lot of people who did what I've done. So we've been doing this with no blueprint, no map, no route. Like I'm the first in my family to ever perform at Super Bowl and curate a house band. And you know, all of this is a first, and Hov has been here and done it. So it just gives us a different level of infrastructure. And I'm still indie. I still own all my masters. I still spend my pay. I still do what I want. But now I have a support where, like, I'm from the Bay is going to radio. I've never been able to get to radio. You know, it's just a different system. And as soon as we agree, like, man, let's work, they were instantly like, we believe in this record. We willing to take it to radio. I've had partnerships prior where they try to tell me it ain't worth it. Your song not worth going on radio until you get a TikTok moment or some viral train. It's like, why we count on TikTok to believe in something that we all believe in personally, you know?
And also too, I feel like Rock Nation still allows you to have independence.
Completely.
Yeah.
Complete. There was no way I would go over there without it. You know, even through this journey thus far, like this is the first time I've partnered with anyone and they called me and said, hey, we thinking about doing this. This what we gonna spend on it, but how you feel? Do you want us to do more or less? What do you think for yourself? And that's a beautiful thing because a lot of artists ain't even in them conversations.
Yeah.
You know, you have no idea what's going on, but I'm a part of every conversation that has anything to do with LaRussell.
How do you define winning now? Is it money? Is it freedom? Is it impact? Is it peace?
I think it's impact. You know, I think how many people I affect while I'm here and I'm doing what I'm doing and I show the way is what my success is gauged by. You know, if I was to do all this and I didn't help nobody or contribute to nothing, even with what I did with Even, I opened the door for everybody to eat and do Pay What You Want and sell their album. J. Cole just... You know, he just did his last album through Even, Pay What You Want, and ran it up. Wale, 21 Savage, like, I brought people actually selling their music back. That's something the little black boy in Vallejo did. Was waiting on DSPs and trying to get their money off streams. I brought it back to like, nah, go to your people and get your chicken. Here's a platform for you to do so. That's my real impact and contribution to the culture that wasn't done, you know, prior to me.
I love when you mentioned Vallejo, man, because, you know, like you create in your own environment. Literally got the stage in your backyard, like with your people around you, mom working, everybody working. How important is your environment to your creativity?
Vital. You know, when we made this album with Lil Jon, we started the sessions in LA and I kept telling him, like, you got to come to the Bay. Like, we can only finish the album if you come to the Bay. And he's like, man, I'm going to come. And he came to the backyard. And just the energy and feeling like him, for him to be in the backyard and be like, man, I never thought I'd be here. It's crazy because we looking at him like, we never thought you'd be here. You know, but it's like that ambiance is something that has been missing. Like, I've been getting with all the OG producers. Me and Jazzy Faye was just cooking, and they're in these studios and in a room with me like kids. Like, we all kids at play again. Like, that feeling and that energy left. You see it now, like it's like the fun left the music. People don't feel that way, the vibrancy, but if you look at these videos of us making songs, it's like, man, these are really kids at play enjoying what they do.
So you never thought that you would be here at this point? You never did?
All I wanted was some holes in the box Chevy.
In the song Wiggling, you say you were 18, you had your first job, and you got your first check, and you looked at it and was like, yeah, I knew I ain't want a job ever.
Yeah.
Where was you working at and how much was the check?
I was working at UPS, and I think my first starting wage was like
your first
$8.25.
Your first job was UPS?
Yeah.
That's actually good.
Now, I was a seasonal helper for the Christmas season. And I think I was getting $8.25. And
you worked at the factory, the warehouse.
I was in the truck, like dropping off packages, but I was just a helper to the driver.
Oh, gotcha.
And I remember, like that first week, we probably worked like 50, 60 hours, and I got that check, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I just gave away so much of my life, you know, for so little money. And I thought it was some chicken in, but it was like, it got to be more than this. There's no way this was 60. Like, now to see what 60 hours of my life can bring me versus what 60 hours of my life brought me then is incomparable.
And that song is hard. What's the name of that song?
Wiggling.
Oh, that song is hard too.
Yeah.
That song is hard. I was going to ask too, who were you most surprised with your biggest contribution? Like, when you seen Kyrie Irving, did you know what was happening, or did it just happen like, oh,
I had no idea.
None of these people, Raphael, Sadiq, none of them.
None of them. All of them was like a surprise pop-up. I get a message from, you know, the co-founder Mag, and he'd be like, man, this just came through. But I had no clue with none of those.
We met with Jay a while ago when Diddy was home. You met with Diddy.
Yeah.
Was you thinking about signing with Bad Boy?
No, never.
What was that meeting about?
I think he just wanted to meet, but he also wanted me to write for like a record that he was making during the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he just wanted to link and you know, feel the energy out and everything. Like he's seen the light, you know, and I think that's the case with everybody who end up wanting to meet. Like they see the light and they want to get around it. And I feel like when I met Puff, he was in a space, like you could feel his discomfort, you know, like I remember leaving there. I went with my mom and my daughter's mom, and I left there and we went on a long walk. And remember, I text you.
Smart decision. He said, I went with my mom. Ain't nothing happening here.
Yeah. We went on a long walk, and I was just like, man, he going through it. Like, he not okay. And this before way before. Man, I'm a great sense and gauge of, like, human. And I could feel it, you know, and just how the people around him moved, it was like, this ain't gonna be good because nobody around you care enough to tell you when you wrong or tell you, you know, hey, this a little off. And, you know, we had conversations. We was walking to the stool, and I was like, man, you've got everything. What do you want now? Like, what's left for you to have? You know, because he was still distressed. And he was like, man, I just want to be able to breathe. And I was like, damn. Like, that was a sentiment that I felt deeply because I've been in that space through growing and getting famous and accruing success where I'm like, damn, I can't even breathe. There's so much on me. You know, and to see him in that state was like, man. And, you know, I'm non-complicit in it. Like, wrong is wrong. But I also could understand how somebody could get all the way to that point when it goes unchecked and when you build a world where everybody is complicit in your behavior. And he wanted me to write to, I think the record was Act Bad. He played me the record.
Yuck.
And I literally, he was like, what you think after? And I said, I don't love it. And he was like, and everybody in the room went still. Like,
that record was terrible.
And that was the first time that showed me, all y'all in here lying. Because y'all gonna make me like I'm wrong for saying I don't love it. Yeah. And he was like, what you don't love about it? You know, and we had a long discourse, and I was telling them, like, you at the phase of your journey where we want to hear your life. We know you had the bitches and you did all that. Like, that's not the Puff I want to hear from. Like, you 50, that's not the Puff I want to hear from. Like, we need some life. And I was writing a new record where I was like, life. I was putting his journey in it, and he was like, nah, man, we trying to party. Like, that's too deep.
Damn.
And I'm just like, damn. Like, it was too far gone.
Yeah, I forgot what podcast you was on, but you had told that story. You know how many people hit me and was like, is this real? Or he just saying this because of everything that he going through? I'm like, nah, that's real. Like, that was like 3-4 years ago.
It was a while
ago. I'm like, yeah, he hit me about that a long time ago.
Did y'all ever speak after? I'm sorry, I was gonna say because the record didn't do great. So did y'all ever speak after that and be like, see, this is where I was guiding you to?
No, we haven't spoke since. I don't think he was hyper fond of you know,
somebody
me after
no.
that. You know, I don't think he disliked me, but it was like, I don't need no around me telling me the truth. You know, like I think I was out the circle at that point.
Do you think it was more so like a fear of him going deep? Because where you were,
hey, yo, pause.
Shit, we're not talking to Diddy, we talking to Russell.
Pause.
Come on.
All right. Anyway, do you think it was like, because he wanted to party, you know what I mean? But you was trying to get him in, like you said, you 50-year-old Puff. I don't want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that right now. You know, at some point you got to get tired of turning up and start teaching or start getting deep, telling us the things that we don't know or whatever, right? Showing a different side. Do you think it could have been out of fear that he didn't want to get that deep, or just because he just really be on some party, could have been suppressing?
As I've grown as a man and human, it's a really debilitating process to everything you know yourself as. You know, you end up in this state where you like lost and you low, and a lot of people don't want to go back that low and have to build up, and sometimes it's like the image you built such an image and a life for yourself that you don't even know who you are no more to go back to something. You know, like there's no home to go back to when you destroyed every house you had.
Yeah. Damn.
Can we play some joints off the album?
Or he can rap, whatever you want to do. I mean, like, whatever you feel like doing, LaRussell.
Yeah, I like rapping.
You like rapping?
I like rapping, yeah.
You got it queued up?
My man came in here with 2 hats and a sleeping bag.
You want to turn it down a little bit, or you need?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Pops used to whip a black and burgundy Suburban. Back then, I knew that I was deserving. Back then, I knew that I would be something. God put a light inside me like a pumpkin. Quality and quantity, do it in conjunction. A bruised ego could fuck up the family function. Did it from the crib, changed the way the family functions. Yeah, I see myself in my mama, I see myself in my daughter, I see myself in my daddy. Remove myself from the drama. I'm trying to help the family heal and still make it up the hill. Take care of everyone but still recoup the deal. I'm Big Russ now, I used to be Lil. And Big Russ still alive, this is real. All I ever wanted was to make my daddy proud. You execute different when your daddy in the crowd. Tried to follow his lead, used to barely crack a smile. Wasn't my style, I've been this way since a child. Back and forth with Yaya, I was young and wild. We was both just babies having a child. Now we grown in a house, still not a home. I cry some nights knowing you're better off alone. I'm on the road making money off songs while you at home raising babies on your own. Thank God you got your mama and your siblings. Thank God I'm still invited on Thanksgiving. I might have to pass on the next one. I said I'm the only one, not the best one. But every day I show up in my human form, as if my mama knew this be my life when I was born. Remember that night up in the hospital, you was torn open by the breaching of my baby. I was a youth, I couldn't understand the flow of life. All I could do was grab your hand and try to hold it tight. Used to be plagued with all the women I would hold at night. Thinking about mail when I was learning how to hold it right. But shit got ugly as it looking with an over.
Overbite? Nah.
That wasn't nice, but I am. Hey, hold on. These rap songs done help heal plenty men, reversing damage that was done to us by many men. You know they love to play gangster till somebody shank ya. I learned early, dear Lord, I want to thank ya for walking me through fours with my eyes closed. You ain't gotta say a word when your eyes hold the light given to you by the Most High. I'm from the north, but I live on both sides. You know I'm in the hood like a serpentine belt, spitting rhymes against felt. Remember getting whoopings till a nigga had welts. Early life lessons from a belt, yelling my mama name, calling out for help. When she ain't come to rescue me, I would melt. Chip on my shoulder through the day. Stayed in the room, I ain't even wanna play. All the shit I never used to say. Out of fear, I get to say here. These flows been healing me since I was young. 97 work done, what a fucking run. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta let the song cry. Yeah, I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta let the song cry. Yeah, every night it came down my eyes, and I still let this song cry. Yeah, thank God it came down my eyes, so I gotta let the song cry. It's the Marino for them rock.
Yeah. That's right. The Russell, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even rap, but I want to rap.
I know, right? That just make you want to rap, right? I know, yo.
Go order something's in the water right now. Where can they order it, man? Get my guy to 100,000 copies,
we on even.biz. You know what I mean?
You can go to the website. You can pay whatever you want, $1, $5, $10, whatever, man. Let's just get my guy to 100,000.
What's the website?
Even.biz.
Even.biz. Even.biz. I gotta go make a purchase my damn self.
Come on.
I'm going to. It's Russell. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get right to the latest with Loren.
Your talk, LL Cool, babe.
Yeah, I'm not dumbing myself down. I'm being myself.
That source is trust.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything and everything.
The little brown girls look at you and go, I want to be like you.
Take me through that, take me through that.
The latest with Loren
Take me
LoRosa
through that, take me through that.
on the Breakfast Club.
LL Cool, babe.
Talk to me.
All right, guys. I hear what you're talking about.
You had a little echo, right?
The echo, yes. Yeah. Echo on my new headphones. Thanks, Netflix. So want to get into the latest. So we're going to talk about the R. Kelly a R. Kelly victim. Her name is Rashana Landfair. Now, you might not know her by name, but Rashana Landfair she's now a woman, but she was the young girl in the video that had circulated of R. Kelly, the video where he pees on a young woman.
Girl, you scared the hell out of me. Go ahead.
Urinated on a woman. And she is speaking out now. She's reclaiming her identity. She just dropped a book called Who's Watching Shorty. So Shorty is her childhood nickname, and the book is all about basically people around her failing her. She says that law enforcement, social services, her family, music execs, everybody failed her. No one was watching and protecting her, which is how she ended up in the situation she was in. Now, she did a sit-down interview with CBS, Jerika Duncan, and she talks about how she even got into R. Kelly's orbit. Let's take a listen to her talking about her aunt, Sparkle.
The next time we're at the studio, this is what you say Sparkle said. You say your aunt told you the next time we're at the studio, you should ask Robert to be your godfather. Aunt Sparkle explained that I should sit on his lap and rub his head while I asked him to be my godfather. Whoa. This instruction seemed sort of weird since I hadn't sat on his lap before, but I didn't question it. When you think back, is that where it all begins? Is that the start?
That is the start. That is the start of him entering into my life in a different way than just being an artist or hanging out at the studio. It became more personable at that moment.
Yeah. Now, her aunt Sparkle, was here on The Breakfast Club right after that Surviving R. Kelly doc went down. And Envy, you actually had a conversation with her about why you thought that it was her fault, Sparkle's fault. Let's take a listen to The Breakfast Club talking to Sparkle.
Just the fact that people are thinking that I just threw my niece out there. No,
they're blaming you.
I introduced my family. Why y'all deflecting? Come on, y'all.
Members, they're saying,
I ain't did nothing.
I definitely blamed you too. You know why?
This keeps coming to me.
Because in the docuseries, it doesn't necessarily explain well enough what happened. It makes it seem like everybody heard what was going on with R. Kelly, and you still introduced your niece.
She did say that Barry Hankerson was there with the lyrics.
All of that was left out, and people going, think what they're gonna think because of them not putting everything in there. That part of me, just sending my, niece in there and then leaving her in the studio. I never left my niece in the studio. And then what they don't share on the piece is that I called my sister when I saw her down there by herself. When I asked, what you doing here by yourself? 30 to an hour later, my brother-in-law shows up.
Yeah.
So the stories don't match, huh?
I don't even remember that interview.
I didn't even remember. When she said envious, I was like, what?
I know,
yeah,
right?
That was it was like 7 years ago. It was literally right after that doc had premiered and she was here. And I mean, rightfully so, you guys brought up a lot of points in that conversation with her because everybody has these questions. Like, these girls, now women, were children. So how did they even end up in some situation?
But the stories don't match because Sparkle said she had nothing to do with it. And Denise is saying she told me to sit on his lap and rub his head, which is crazy. And how old was the young lady during that time?
She was
13, right?
14 at the time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she said she was 14 at the time. And yeah, stories don't match at all. Sparkle actually released a statement as well too, where she's still, saying that she had nothing to do with anything. She says she is relieved that Rashana is finally free to speak her truth and begin her healing journey, but because she's always wanted that for her. But she says she wants to be clear about one thing: any suggestion that I groomed or facilitated or enabled harm to my niece is untrue and deeply painful, especially given my documented actions at the time and throughout. And then she goes into what she said here. When she found out, she let people know. She contacted DCFS. She said she did all the things that she needed to do. But also, Rashana addresses, after that video came out, that whole video became punchline and jokes. Dave Chappelle had a skit about it. Yeah. She talks about what she went through watching the world. Everybody did.
All of us did.
But I think most people famously remember Dave Chappelle's. But she talks about
the Boondocks.
Yes, she talks about generally just watching the world make her life a joke. Let's take a listen to that.
The jokes that came from the video, because we're talking about seeing a person at the time, not knowing who it is, being urinated on. Do you look at even the justice system as not protecting you to some extent?
I definitely think things could have been handled differently. I'm happy I wasn't there to witness everyone watching that. To the world imagery, I was not made to be a victim. I was a mockery. And that was very difficult to digest. It was very disheartening to know that my body was just being displayed and tossed around. And, when I look back on it, I wish things could have been done differently, but those are all of the things that I had to internalize.
It's amazing how it's always two sides to a story because back then we never thought we were joking on the little girl. We were clowning R. Kelly.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Did they ever get who released the video? Because that person is just as bad. Because even though they were trying to expose R. Kelly, they also victimized this young girl that for the rest of her life she has to deal with. Could you imagine going to school every day and people making fun of you and you can't get away from that?
And if you guys remember,
I thought she was blurred out though on the video.
I've never seen the video myself.
I've never seen it. I just heard about it.
But if you guys remember the 2008 case that R. Kelly was acquitted from and then he was later convicted, she declined to even testify. But she says even after doing that, because people knew the story, she went by Sean. She didn't even go by her full name because whenever she would try and date, apply for jobs, especially like within certain areas and like locations or whatever, people would know the story of what happened. So for a long time, she kind of like hid from this. And she wants people to know that this book isn't like a tell-all. There's no, from her perspective, she doesn't even appear angry at R. Kelly in this book. It's just more about her getting it all out there, saying how she feels so she can actually move on because she's never been able to do that.
How old is she now?
She's in her 30s now. I would have to look that up. But R. Kelly's attorney did release a statement in response to her Rolling Stone interview that she did, not the CBS one. But they say that Mr. R. Kelly wishes Roshana all the best in life. At a young age, she was unfairly forced into the public eye against her will by people that were only intent on destroying the reputation of R. Kelly. She did not deserve that. Mr. Kelly has no negative comments to make about her. He hopes she finds success and peace.
I don't understand that logic though, because when you said he was trying to destroy R. Kelly's reputation, R. Kelly was destroying his own reputation by sleeping with a 14-year-old girl and recording it.
No, meaning whoever put out that tape was trying to destroy
you can't put
R.
out
Kelly.
a tape if I don't engage in the behavior.
Yeah, no, you're right. But whoever put out that tape was trying to destroy R. Kelly. But
R. Kelly destroyed himself.
Destroyed that young
girl and
too.
taping it.
Yeah, right.
And Roshana, I want to correct myself. She's 41.
If they wanted to destroy quote unquote R. Kelly, could have gave it to the police. But they wanted to embarrass R. Kelly.
I thought they gave it to the police. Did they give it to the police first?
Then how did everybody? They was selling it like a mixtape back in the day.
No, people had it, but I thought they gave it to the authorities back then.
Nah, once they were selling, I think the authorities picked it up.
I know at one point when the second trial came up, there was a journalist who had sent some things over to police, and that's how that second and the second go round when R. Kelly was actually convicted. That's how some of that stuff started. But I don't know.
Yeah, I thought everybody got it at once because I remember them pulling up. I wasn't working with Wendy at the time, but I remember her telling the story about how somebody pulled up in a limousine with champagne and everything else, and was like, "I need you to see this." And then they showed her the tape, but I thought that they gave it to the media and the authorities all at the same time.
Nah, they was selling it. I remember leaving a club and there was somebody outside the club selling the tape.
Because he went to trial, right? Am I tripping?
He was acquitted.
Yeah, that's
he
what
was
I'm saying.
acquitted.
Yeah, they went to the authorities back then.
Yeah. All right. Well, in the next hour, we'll be talking about there's some small updates. This is a crazy time to mention this. I'm not. We'll come back with some more news in the next latest because I don't even want to tie the two things together.
Using your head. Thank you.
Shut up.
What is it, though?
No. Charlamagne.
Let me see if you made a smart decision.
I don't know if you saw the headline around this one. I don't have it written here.
I don't know, but I see the word Diddy, so you're probably right.
Oh, Lord.
Who you giving your donkey to?
4 after the hour, there's a young man from Florida named Jalen Tyree Lewis. He is 22 years old, and he just needs to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with him.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
But you use that donkey thing that a bunch of donkeys around here.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I got the donkey of the day for being hostile.
They made me the Donkey of the Day by the things that I've said.
Yeah, Charlamagne.
Some donkey todays just saw themselves.
It was you. What accountability are you taking?
Yeah, he caught me off guard. I'm not making these people do these things.
I'll make Donkey of the Day on the Breakfast Club.
That being said, I want to start off with this donkey right here.
Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, February 4th goes to a 22-year-old Florida man named Jalen Tyree Lewis. Oh, I didn't even do the Florida intro, did I? Oh, come on, bring it back. We got to bring it back. It ain't even right. I can't even do it.
Poor Florida.
I'm sorry.
Make sure you tell them to watch out for Florida, man.
The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Yes, you are a donkey.
A Florida man attacked an ATM for a very strange reason. It gave him too much money. Florida man is arrested after deputies say he rigged the door to his home in an attempt to electrocute his pregnant wife. Police arrested an Orlando man for attacking a flamingo.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Donkey of the Day.
with Charlamagne the God. I don't know why y'all keep letting him get y'all like this.
No, Duval, y'all keep doing it to yourself, okay? Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, February 4th goes to a 22-year-old Florida man named Jalen Tyree Lewis, okay? 22 years old. Very important to note that age because that means his prefrontal cortex is not fully developed yet, okay? If you don't understand what the PFC is, it's simple. It's the part of your brain that's responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and planning. So if you're 22 years old from the Sunshine State, you don't have a fully developed prefrontal cortex, but you do have what we call a Florida lobe. Okay, now a Florida lobe is the brain's command center. Okay, it's responsible for all the same executive functions that the frontal lobe is responsible for: decision making, impulse control, emotional regulation, planning. But since it's a Florida lobe, it never really does any of those things. Okay, it never really matures. All right, the frontal lobe is the last brain region to fully mature, but studies show the Florida lobe never really does. I know, Florida, don't be mad at me. It's science. Now, Jalen Tyree Lewis is our latest evidence of this because he's facing charges of attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery, and firing a weapon. Why did he let that hammer sing? Well, let's go to 25 WPBF News for the report, please.
Investigators in Palm Beach County believe the discovery of a shooting that landed a man in jail for attempted murder. Police say Jalen Lewis confronted the victim last night about being with his girlfriend. Investigators say Lewis then pulled a gun and fired at the other man, who suffered several gunshot wounds. Unknown to both men, the woman involved is dating both of them. Jalen Lewis now charged with attempted murder, as I said. The victim hospitalized with minor injury.
You pistol popping for poom poom? Florida lobe. You letting off shots for sex? Florida lobe. Listen, man, my daddy told me a long time ago, don't be out here, sleeping with another man's woman. I don't care how soft you think that man is. I don't care how much of a coward you think that man is. He will kill you over his woman, all right? The victim told Jalen, if you want her, you can have her. And Jalen still shot him twice. Now, what I don't understand is, if the guys didn't know this woman was dating both of them, why would you, Jalen, be mad at the other dude? He didn't do nothing to you. All right, this woman out here risking yeast infections, pH balance all off because she's choosing to have multiple partners. Both of y'all brothers are victims. And Jalen, you're supposed to keep it player. Okay, do you think for 1 second that woman cares about you? All right. Do you think for 1 second that woman cares you in prison? Absolutely not. She gonna be out here celebrating Black History Month. Okay, enjoying the Super Bowl. Valentine's Day will be spent with someone else. All right, the dude you shot, she probably sending him so many apologies right now. She probably feels so guilty that he got hit, okay, that he can smash whenever he wants to, okay? He got the I can hit whenever I want to card for the foreseeable future, okay, because she feels guilty. Listen, man. I tell you youngins this all the time. Don't make a permanent decision based off temporary feelings, okay? Whatever butterflies you had for that young lady, trust me, you would have found them for somebody else. It's Florida, young man. Okay, women are like gators in Florida. Miss one, next 15 one coming. Okay? You see her with another man, and that other man tells you if you want her, you can have her. You supposed to say, I don't want her either, she for the streets. But instead, you let her trick you off them same streets she is for. Please give Jalen Tyree Lewis the biggest hee-haw. Ain't no way. Okay?
Crazy.
Ain't no way. Shooting another man over no woman.
And she don't care, like you said. She don't care.
Don't give a damn. She out here having a ball.
Chat one play game.
Oh, they talking about me on Donkey of the Day?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She don't give a, I don't feel like playing a game.
Chat one play game.
No, I don't care what the chat want this morning.
They want to play a game.
Well, go play one. Play it in the chat.
What's his name again?
Jalen Tyree Lewis
come on,
from West
Eddie.
Palm Beach, Florida. Okay?
Oh, come on. Y'all just want to, no, come on. This Black History Month. We're not going to do that.
Anybody got time for all of this? I don't even like y'all assuming.
That's crazy.
Okay?
All right. Really? Jalen Tyree?
Jalen Tyree?
Come on.
You want to see his picture?
Yes. I do.
All right, let me show you his picture at least.
You probably got like 4 wicks.
Oh, you know what? They don't even got his picture.
Them thick locks.
Oh,
you know how them locks are from Florida.
You know what? You need to stop stereotyping.
What are you talking about?
You need to stop stereotyping.
They love that ceiling fan locks. Let me see.
Well, they're not ceiling fan. They're actually hanging.
Let me see.
Oh, see?
They're hanging. They're not ceiling fan.
I knew it. Look.
Okay. Right. So they're not ceiling fan.
Damn.
They're hanging. Okay.
All right.
Damn, yo.
Thank you for that donkey today. Now, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. What KEKE Palmer doing? What's she talking about, Lauren?
So KEKE Palmer was on the she was on Today with Jenna and Chanel, and they were talking about like this new dating trend.
Chanel, is Chanel on there now?
Yeah.
Okay, Hold It quit, right?
Yeah, Hold It's not there anymore.
Chanel Black?
Yeah, her name is Chanel Johnson.
Salute to
Yeah.
Chanel.
Johnson.
She black.
Hopefully, I mess everybody's name up, but I believe I'm getting it right. She spells it different too. It's like SHIENE.
Yeah,
Chanel. Okay, I believe it's okay. Whatever it is, not whatever.
KEKE Palmer now. What?
KEKE Palmer.
Last name Jones. Chanel Jones.
Jones. I knew it was something black.
Still black, yeah.
I don't have that phone, Eddie. So she's on Today with them, and they're talking about this new dating trend. So there's this new dating trend where you talk about everything on the first date. So marriage, politics, basically you get all the heavy stuff out the way, so y'all know if y'all need a second date.
Period.
So they role play, and KEKE Palmer says in their conversation, she does not want her partner living with her at all. Like even when she's married, she doesn't.
In a marriage, yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want her person living with her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's caused some conversation. People think it's so weird that she said that. There's a lot of people who live that way.
Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Do you live in a marriage where you and your spouse do not live in the same house? Does it work with you? Does it work for you? Let's discuss. 800-585-1051. Me personally, no way, hell no.
There's no way.
Even with me and my wife arguing, I still need to see her.
Yeah.
We just gonna be mad at each other.
Your house big enough where you can go to one end and she can go to the other.
No,
But
we
KEKE
stay in
Palmer
that same
said
bed.
that too. She said you could do guest house or like around the corner.
No, I I guess we're going to talk about it more because I agree with what she's saying, but that's for a certain type of person. I wouldn't do it, but I understand.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Because I think somebody been said that. I think Oprah or Gail, one of them said that too. And
Shirley Ralph.
Shirley Ralph, right. But when they explained why, I understood it. Like,
let's take your
it.
calls when we come back. 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we're taking your phone calls. 800-585-1051. This comes from a conversation KEKE Palmer was having, and she was talking about when she gets married, she doesn't want her and her spouse to live in the same house. Let's listen.
One thing I need you to know is that I never want to live together. I like my alone time.
But is that real?
That's real.
Oh.
I just feel like, Whoopi Goldberg said it best once. She was like, I don't want nobody in my house.
Yeah.
Marry even.
So you're
He's
married-
going to live around the corner?
Two
around
houses.
the corner would be great.
What about a guest house? Would you let him live in the guest house?
He can be in a guest house. You know what I'm saying? We can be on the same, land, but I'm over there and he's over there.
Yeah.
At best, separate rooms. But think about how fun it would be to be like, I'm going over to my man's house.
Yeah. It keeps things right.
It's fun and exciting. I want to go sit on his couch.
And he better clean when you're coming over.
That's what
too.
I'm saying.
You know what? I will say I'm laughing about it, but there are probably people watching right now who agree with you.
Come on.
Many
it just
people.
helps to keep. I feel like sometimes you can be just too up under.
That's cute in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to my man's house. I want to go to, yes, there's nothing like saying that when you're dating. But when you're married, I can't, I don't agree with it for myself. It's absolutely mandatory for me to live in the house with my husband. And, but I do understand why a person like Cheryl Lee Ralph would say that. Now, KEKE is young. I don't know, unless she just went through the ringer with her baby father. I don't know. I guess all the turmoil that they went through, I guess that got her to that point. And that could change for KEKE because she's younger. But Cheryl Lee Ralph, I do understand. For one, her and her husband live in 2 different states. He's a politician or something like that, and then she's an actress and she has to be on a certain side, in a certain city because she films most of the time. So I understand that. Then they older. They didn't have years and years and years. And when you get older, I do notice, because I noticed from my grandmother, you want your space, and she ain't gonna leave them. Like, her and my grandfather was together. They were together for so long that she didn't want to leave him, but she didn't want to live with him. That's just how that was. I don't know.
How many girlfriends your grandfather had?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
All right.
Because remember I told you she shot him in the ass one time,
That's
right?
what I was asking.
Right.
But if somebody shot me in the ass, I don't know if I want to live in the house either.
But he bought that on himself. And now
Are you telling the truth about this?
I swear, no, for real. I was telling the truth about the church, but my mother didn't want me to reveal that about our church.
Have your mama call and say, hey, don't be talking about my mama now.
No, this is my father mother.
Okay.
All right, yeah. All right. Yo, I gotta leave my family business out of this. But yes, I do understand. I just don't agree with it for me.
Yeah, I cannot be married to my wife and we not live in the same house. I just can't. We are up under each other and I'm fine with it. I love it. Even when we arguing, I want to look at her miserable. She want to look at me miserable. We're just going to be miserable in the same bed together.
Yeah.
But nah, we are not. No way. Hell no. You live in this house. I live in that. No. That's no. It's not happening.
Yeah, I have no idea what Keke Palmer is talking about.
No.
And neither does she.
Yeah.
Okay, she sounds like a person who's never been married. I would actually listen to her and respect it more if she had some lived experience. Okay, what's the point of being married if you're not going to live with each other? That's part of being married. That's how you build deep intimacy with a person. That's how you share daily responsibilities. That's how you have you build long-term compatibility. Do you need space sometimes? Of course. Do you need me time, alone time? Of course. But what's the point of being married if you're not under the same roof? How does that work with the kids?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing better than being in the bed with your wife in the middle of the night and one of your kids come in because they say that they had a bad dream or they stomach hurt. You want to be there for every waking moment.
Absolutely.
So I don't no, Keke.
But we have somebody on the line that said it works for them. Hello, who's this?
I'm gonna remain anonymous. Breakfast Club, what's up?
What's up?
We cannot see you, girl.
How are you?
That's all right, Jess. Don't.
I got you.
So you said this works for you?
Okay.
You're in a situation where you and your husband don't live in the same house?
It's not a situation. This is an actual relationship.
Oh, sorry.
Don't play with me.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Well, explain it. Break it down.
We are actually in a relationship. We have dated for about 6 years.
Y'all not married,
We've been engaged a little over 2 years.
Are y'all married, though?
No, we're not. We're not married just yet.
So why are we listening to her?
Damn.
Stop. Because she understands.
You know what, Charlamagne?
She feels the same way.
Everybody don't want the same thing.
Yeah.
And not everybody is traditional. And when I got with him, I let him know I'm not the most traditional person. And I've stuck with that. It's more me than him. And a lot of the times when you hear about people not wanting to live together, it is the female. It's more the female than the man. The man is like, we need to be under one roof.
But I feel like that comes from like trauma. Like something had to happen. Why the hell do you ever want a house divided? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not divided. It's not divided. It's not divided. I sleep with him. He sleeps with me every night. We're not sitting here like not together. It's not divided.
So if y'all,
Wait, so there's no trauma. There's no trauma assisted or associated with not wanting to live together.
But y'all sleep together every night, you just said.
How?
And then you go home?
Well, on the phone or like what do you do?
Well, technically the home is next door. So, yeah.
Oh, so y'all live next door to each other?
Next door, on the same land.
Yes.
Y'all just next door to each other.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly what Keke Palmer said. Where you're right here, I'm right here. Okay, it works. You got your space. Our spaces literally are right there. No problem.
I'm still not listening to you till you get married. That's the whole biggest. That's the gist.
Then
of the
Charlamagne, I'll call you back when I get married. I got my ring on my finger. That's gonna be my husband.
So, question: when you have kids, who the kids gonna live with?
Oh no, honey, we don't have kids. I'm too old to have kids. My kids are grown.
Oh.
He he does have children, but his children are grown, semi-grown, and one is kind of middle schoolish.
When's the wedding?
I'm saying? She older. She is
When's
older.
the wedding?
Say it again.
When's the wedding?
When is the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're hoping the wedding will be in the next year or two, but we want to buy some homes first. We want to buy some land first, and we don't want to mix that.
Okay. So what are you gonna do when you look out the window?
Income, Jess. Income.
So
don't play with me.
You look out the window and you see another woman coming in that house. What do you do?
Oh, then you wouldn't be living next door.
Why do you even bring that into the equation?
I'm just curious because they live next door.
No, it's a reasonable question. It's definitely a reasonable question.
Not if y'all in a
There should be, but there should be. If there's a respect factor and you all have had that conversation, it shouldn't be let's play around with each other's feelings and let's play around with each other's lives.
Yes,
this is a conversation, like Keke Palmer said, you have to have early and in the beginning. Sometimes you probably don't think it's going to be like, oh, well, maybe we'll fall in love and, we'll change each other's minds. But people have to understand that if you are honest from the beginning, you can't fault a person for wanting to stick to their honesty.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of people just don't want to live together. It's all right. As long as you're taking care of your business, and I'm taking care of him, and he's taking care of me, we're taking care of each other.
Yes, we appreciate you, but we need to talk to some married people.
800-585-1051.
Y'all talking to everybody that's not married about this situation.
That's trauma. I don't care what nobody say. People don't start off like that. Something had to happen. Like, there's no way.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about something that Keke Palmer said about marriage. Let's listen.
One thing I need you to know is that I never want to live together. I like my alone time.
But is that real?
That's real. I just feel like, Whoopi Goldberg said it best once. She was like, I don't want nobody in my house.
Yeah.
Married even.
So
Who's
you're married.
going to live around the corner?
Two
around
houses.
the corner would be great.
What about a guest house? Would you let him live in the guest house?
He can be in a guest house. You know what I'm saying? We can be on the same, land, but I'm over there and he's over there. At best, separate rooms. But think about how fun it would be to be like, I'm going over to my man's house.
Yeah. It keeps things right.
It's fun and exciting. I want to go sit on his couch.
And he better clean when you're coming over.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I will say I'm laughing about it, but there are probably people watching right now who agree with you.
Come on.
Many people.
It just helps to keep. I feel like sometimes you can be just too up under.
So we're taking your calls, 800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
Oh my God, it's Liz. Good morning.
Liz, good morning. Liz. Now, Liz, are you married and you and your spouse don't live in the same home?
Yes, I am married, and we are not living in the same home. We just recently got married.
Congratulations, damn.
Oh, just
Thank
now
you.
of 2025?
Yes.
Now the floor is yours. I will listen to you. Now, tell me why y'all not living together.
Well, right now we're trying to sort things out. That's number one. He has his own apartment, leases, and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. I was in a relationship for 5 years, and it was the worst of the worst. The breakup was horrible. I ended up with nothing. I had to leave the apartment. It was just starting over. I understand where she's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to trust someone when, like, if it doesn't end well, what's going to happen with the lease? And then you have things invested. What if you don't get the things back?
So why did you get married again, babe? It don't really sound like you were ready for that because you still hurt from that 5-year relationship, You jumped the broom again a little too quick.
That 5-year relationship, it healed. It was actually ended 3 years ago. And I actually met this person a year ago, and he actually is slowly and accepting of what I went through. So he's actually allowing me to be me.
So y'all don't live with each other, and y'all not moving in with each other? Y'all gonna keep it that way, separate?
I think they're going to.
Oh, no. We're definitely gonna move in, but I understand where she's coming from. I'm a little scared now. Listen.
Yeah.
Is he scared to move in with you because you Latino at a time like this?
Damn. Oh my God, literally.
He is capable of. It's just like I said. You have to really kind of know the person. But I also took time to heal.
I think he was talking
ice. It
ice.
wasn't like.
Shut up. I was not.
Wait, what happened?
I thought you niggas Latinos is more feisty and crazy.
What's the race of your husband?
Well, he's white. He's
I see what now. Are you right? My suspicion was right.
Definitely should be scared.
Yeah, he's a little scared.
I'm Hispanic.
He's scared to move in with you. You might get that knock at the door. I'm just saying, you might get that knock.
Damn.
No. Poor thing. He's not gonna get the knock. We're well documented, so that's not the issue. Okay. But it was like I said. I had to take time to heal. Like I didn't want. I was like
trauma.
Whoever was. It was.
Yeah.
Whatever man came to my house, I was like, "You're not going home. Like you don't have a home."
Damn. Right. So yeah, she a little scared. But congratulations on you getting married. I think that's dope. That's fire. But like, I think you should like do some type of therapy to get over you being scared to live with your spouse. I mean, because it's just still like you still hurt from that. You know what I mean? I know it was 3 years ago. That seemed like a long time to you, but you taking that into your new marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and you know what's so crazy, Charlamagne? It's crazy because when I used to be with my ex-partner, we used to listen to like the Breakfast Club, and I always used to be like, oh my God, I do not like Charlamagne. I feel like he is so judgmental.
Yes.
And then he'll be like, why? That's his personality. But it's so crazy. It was my first time in a while listening to you guys. And I was just like, wow, like I have progressed. Because I used to ignore your whole morning show because of what I went through.
Well, I'm glad you healed, Mama.
Yeah.
I'm not judgmental. I just judge certain situations.
Very judgmental.
No. You're amazing. Let me tell you something. I heard your podcast with Mel Robbins. You are amazing. You're a very great speaker. So believe it or not, you're amazing. And I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
I love you too.
Have a good one. All right. Well, what's the moral of the story? If there's a moral.
Don't listen to unmarried people about married people.
About marriage. Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
That is crazy.
I only want to talk to people who have done this successfully that are happily married. That's
I guarantee you, KEKE feels like that because of what she went through with her son's father. And I guarantee you that.
I feel like people say that until they find the right person.
Right, exactly.
When you
That's why
find
I said
that
it's
right
gonna
person,
change.
you want to be with that person 24/7, 365. That's the
Yeah.
whole beauty of marriage.
Absolutely. Some of us stay in relationships too long that's not good for us. We stay in it too long, and that's how you end up hurt. And just like what Kiki said.
You was trying. You had it.
No,
You
yo,
was holding it
like,
wrong.
yo,
No,
it's,
you
it's
was, though.
always
You
the
had it.
awkward
You had
silence.
it. No, no,
Like,
you had it. You had it. You had it.
Help
You
me
was
bring it
home.
home then.
I thought you was bringing it
You
home.
was bringing it home. And then you just stopped.
I thought you had it.
You just stopped.
I was just letting you bring dry.
You almost had it. You almost got
had it. You
there.
almost had it.
And the
You
chat
almost got there. You gave up on yourself.
That's
and
right.
the chat said, spit it out, Jess. Damn.
You almost had it. Like you was
You
almost
gave up on
there.
yourself.
I'm trying.
I was like, okay, she got it. She got it.
And
She
then-
got it.
And then y'all let her be silent too long.
All right. Well, we got the latest with Loren coming up. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Lauren becoming a straight fact.
Maybe she gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
Brought to you by Top Dog Law on The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
All right, y'all. So a quick update in the Savannah Guthrie case. So I just saw a report that I wanted to mention. You were talking about potentially this being like an inside job. Now, this is not confirmed. I've reached out to police and have not heard back yet. I've reached out to police in New York and also in Arizona, and I'll explain why. So there's a report that NBC had to beef up their security and add extra security for their talent, including NYPD, just because behind the scenes, all of the talent is scared because they're of course, they're connecting the disappearance of Savannah's mom to her and kind of her stature on the show, and they're not for sure why she was targeted, but police have said that they do feel like she was abducted and potentially targeted, so they beefed up security there. But Ashley Banfield, who used to have a show on News Nation, is reporting that per a police source, Savannah Guthrie's brother-in-law may be a suspect of the police. So Savannah has a sister named Annie, and this guy is married to Annie, and they were the last two to see Savannah's mom alive. They went out to dinner the night before they reported her missing. Now, again, I haven't confirmed what I just mentioned to you guys, but those things are being reported right now, so I wanted to update
It
that
sounds
here.
like an inside job.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
and
nobody just takes an 80-something-year-old woman from their house.
And there's like the video of like blood splattered outside her house that police haven't addressed yet, but they, like I told you guys, they said they were concerned by the scene. But okay.
And then obviously it's like a high profile or high surveillance community that she lives in. It has to be like a gate or whatever, like
cameras and stuff too. Yeah.
The home.
They're going through that, but they did say that some cameras were missing, so they're trying to figure out all of the chain of events
Inside for sure.
Yes. Okay. So now in other news, Cameron has finally addressed his issues or lack thereof or whatever, because the case was dismissed, the lawsuit was dismissed with J. Cole on his show. Now I want to mention that this is not his full statement on it. It actually airs tonight on Talk with Fleet on Revolt, but this is the clip that was posted. Let's take a listen.
Me and J. Cole are cool, or was cool. This is exactly what happened. On his first project he did, I did an intro for him. I told him I may need a verse whenever I get a project done. I need a verse. I'm exaggerating, but he's like the shock rain right now, and the moon got aligned with the stars, and when I write, I put my all into it. Okay, let's put your all into it then. Then I said, you know what? Forget the record. Let's do an interview. Bet I got you. I got a project coming out in June. Let's do it around there. Cool. June is coming. Oh, we pushed the album back. I don't want to just do an interview. Now we're going to do it in October. All right, I'll call you back in October. This is when all the beef is going on with Kendrick Lamar. I can't do it now because I don't feel like talking about that right now. I said, look, I'll do the interview. I won't even bring that up. He says, nah, I can't do no interview and not talk about it. Well, when can I get the interview? February. I'm dead ass on February. February come. Y'all still working, man.
Listen, it sounds like J. Cole was giving him the industry runaround. And if someone does something for you in a timely manner and y'all agree favor for a favor, when Cam reached out for that favor, you should repay that favor.
Yeah,
it's really that simple.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be difficult at all.
Yeah, and that lawsuit that was filed by Cameron was dismissed voluntarily, but it could be filed again if he chooses to. You guys remember that was over the Ready 24 collaboration, and he had mentioned trying to recoup over $500,000, but that was
business is business.
Yeah,
I'm not mad
I do understand it though. Like, I don't want to do an interview because I don't want to talk about it, but you can't ask me about it. But he could have sent the verse.
Just
send the verse.
Align your stars and align, get your chakras together and send the verse. No, for sure.
100%.
Happy born day to Cam too. Today's Cam.
Yes, it is his birthday.
Yes,
happy birthday to him.
Big 50, baby.
Yes, and also it's Rosa Parks' birthday. She would have been 113, y'all.
I
Drop
doubt
a blues
it.
bomb
I
for
doubt
Rosa.
it, but yes, rest in peace.
It's just 113. Sure.
That's a lot.
All right, go ahead, Lauren. What else you got?
I'm wrapping up now. I want to tell you guys, please listen to the latest with Loren LoRosa, the podcast. We're going to get into some of the Epstein file things that we did not talk about today because Bill and Melinda Gates have addressed Bill Gates coming up in those emails or emails that weren't sent. And we're going to talk about it over on the podcast. So please take a listen. And this was brought to you by Top Dog Law.
That's crazy to be giving out. I don't know if the story is true, but man, you get to a certain age, you can't be out here giving out STDs or getting STDs. Because you ever when you get, I'm 47, born in 1978. So when you hold your pee for, I've never had STD in my life, thank God. But when you hold your pee for a long time and you go pee, how refreshing it feels. Yeah. But your knees buckle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When you get to a certain age, you're like, you got to do the little shimmy. You be like, you know what I mean? So imagine being 50 plus years old with a gonorrhea burning into the stall.
A little discharge.
Looking crazy.
That'd be a crap.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it was alleged that Bill Gates had more affairs and that this came out in an email that he gave allegedly Melinda Gates STDs and she has addressed it. Right. Unfortunately, she's had to address it.
You can't be old and catching STD. That's a young man sport.
All right. Well, that is the latest.
That's crazy.
Damn. Let's get into it. When we come back, we're going to start the mix off with some Cameron. Happy birthday, Cam. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's Black History Month. What we doing today?
Man, salute to B. Daht. Every day during Black History Month, my guy B. Daht does a podcast on the Black Effect Podcast Network called I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either, where he gives you some Black History Month facts you may not have known. And today he's speaking on a forgotten court case that cracked segregation's foundation. Let's discuss.
The first desegregation case wasn't Brown versus the Board of Education. I didn't know. Welcome back, know-it-alls, to another episode of the most anticipated podcast on the Black Effect Podcast Network, especially in February, entitled I Didn't Know. Maybe you didn't either. I'm your host, B. Daht. I'm Carla's husband and Isaiah and Ryan's father. And true to form, we will kick off today's episode with 3 of the most useless facts you'll never need not a day in life. Up first, the legal strategy that won Brown versus the Board of Education was tested 7 years earlier by a Mexican-American family in Orange County, California. Your second useless fact, Thurgood Marshall, the man who argued Brown and later became the first black Supreme Court justice, he wrote a legal brief for that earlier case and used that as his model. And your third useless fact, the lead plaintiff's daughter received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama in 2011 for a case most Americans have never heard of. I know I hadn't. I didn't know, maybe you didn't need. I didn't know, maybe you didn't need. I didn't know, maybe you didn't need. I didn't know. Okay, first order of business is let's clear something up. Brown versus the Board of Education didn't start desegregation. No, it finished a legal fight that honestly started with a 9-year-old Mexican-American girl in Orange County. Her name is Sylvia Mendez. In 1944, Sylvia's family moved to Westminster, California to work a farm. But here's the thing. The farm wasn't theirs. It belonged to the Munamitsu family, a Japanese-American family who had been forcibly removed to an internment camp. So the Mendez family, Mexican-American citizens, were only there because another minority family had been stolen from their land. That's the backdrop. Now, when Sylvia's aunt tried to register her and her brothers at the local school, the clerk said, well, the Mendez children have to go to the Mexican school. The school superintendent, James Kent, later said in court that Mexican Americans were intellectually, culturally, and morally inferior to European Americans. Those were his words on the record. Sylvia's parents didn't accept that. They hired attorney David Marcus, and they sued. 4 other families joined. Mendez versus Westminster went to trial in 1946. Now here's what made it revolutionary. Attorney Marcus didn't just argue that Mexican schools had worse resources. He argued that segregation itself caused psychological harm. He brought in social scientists to testify that separating children made them feel inferior. Sound familiar? Because that's the same argument that Thurgood Marshall would use 8 years later in Brown. Judge Paul McCormick ruled in favor of the Mendez family. The school district, of course, appealed, and that's when the NAACP got involved. Thurgood Marshall and Robert Carter wrote a brief supporting the Mendez family, and Robert Carter later said that the NAACP's briefs were the model for the briefs in Brown versus the Board of Education. So on April 14th, 1947, the Ninth Circuit upheld the ruling. 2 months later, the governor of California, Earl Warren, the same man who would later become Chief Justice and author the Brown decision, signed a bill ending school segregation in California. California became the first state to officially desegregate its public schools. Did you know that? That was 7 years before Brown. But here's what they don't teach you. The Japanese American Citizens League also filed a brief. The American Jewish Congress also filed a brief. Multiple communities came together because they understood that they can segregate one of us, they can segregate all of us. In 2011, President Barack Obama awarded Sylvia Mendez the Presidential Medal of Freedom. She was 75 years old. Her father, Gonzalo, had died in 1964, 10 years after Brown. At the age of 51, he never saw the full impact of what his family started. Brown versus Board, that gets the chapter in the textbook, but Mendez versus Westminster has got a footnote, because without Mendez, there is no Brown. The first desegregation case wasn't decided in 1954. It was decided in 1947 by a Mexican-American family farming land that belonged to a Japanese-American family locked in an internment camp. And Thurgood Marshall took the notes. And I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either.
All right, salute to B-Dot.
Now, you see something, Jess? One thing about B-Dot, he actually tells people things that they may not have known.
Yeah, I understand. I do the same thing.
Well, you got another fact for us,
everybody in the whole world does not know what I'm about to even tell y'all today.
If you brought that out to the whole world, yeah.
Now, just tell us something we don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all because I'm tired of acting like y'all don't know things and y'all do.
Okay.
Did y'all know?
Did we know
that just Monday, Groundhog Punxsutawney Phil seen his shadow, and he predicts 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah, we knew that. That was on.
You didn't mention it.
That was on
Monday. I know it was a lot going on. We had the Grammys, we had Party on SNL. We had Nicki lose her mind. We had a lot of things going on.
Still has a
But
job.
Yes, man.
I'm tired of that groundhog. It's cold.
Yeah, it was,
I understand, but
yeah.
you didn't even say it,
I
Lauren.
swear I didn't say it. I'm sorry. My bad. But
all right, I'm pretty sure some people didn't even know when Groundhog's Day was. Some people don't know what a groundhog even is.
Well,
so
you know there's more than just Will, though. You got Woodstock Willie, okay? Yeah, Woodstock Willie, he actually didn't see his shadow on Groundhog Day.
That's why we're not worried about him. We worried about
it's
Phil.
two, though. You got Phil and Woody. But both of them can go on the grill if you ask me.
When did we get two?
You eat
groundhogs? One.
No.
He's from South Carolina.
Yeah,
there's more than one
everything
groundhog.
moving.
Woodstock Willie is from Woodstock, Illinois, and who's the other one? Piccadilly.
Phil.
He's from
Punxsutawney Phil.
Pennsylvania.
Which one?
One died a couple years ago, like a year ago.
I remember one died, but I thought this one was the replacement for the one that died. So who's been the one that was telling us all these things for like when I was young and I really believed it? Who was that?
That was Punxsutawney Phil uncle. That was I don't know his name, but he's related to the one that saw a shadow the other day. And we have 6 more weeks of winter, y'all.
Maybe.
Nobody really believes in groundhogs.
Really
I be believing that.
Somebody said groundhog meat is delicious. I'm
with you. I'll put that groundhog on the grill. You hear
disgusting.
me? I'll take them down to BDS, backyard dining. Okay, we fry that
and then
thing
I'll call Peter. I'll make sure I call Peter.
Right now, you call Peter. That's right.
I'll take them. Them groundhogs will be right there at that BDS dining experience. You hear me?
That's
getting
disgusting.
fried up.
That's disgusting.
You are so country.
Right.
That's how my family is. They fry
Shout out to Bernard. Salute to my guy Bernard Hardison. Bernard will fry that groundhog up. Man, we got to do that next year, Bernard. We're going to do that for Groundhog Day next year.
You eat fat back?
No, you don't got now. You pork.
Oh, you don't eat pork no more. You used to?
No, I'm going to do that just to piss people off. We're going to get us a groundhog and fry it next year, okay?
I won't do that. I just started my career.
That sound good.
No, let's fry that groundhog.
The chat must know because they like barbecue groundhog is amazing.
And all that, they are so dirty.
Somebody say, you got to eat raccoon too.
I've eaten coon.
Yeah, I have too. I've eaten raccoon.
I've tried that.
Yo, Envy is freaked out.
It's a southern thing.
I've had raccoon. I've had bear shoulder. Of course, deer. You know what I'm saying? Squirrel hash.
I ain't never had squirrel.
Squirrel hash.
Yeah.
Y'all eat possum too?
I never eat no possum. But my daddy used to
scramble?
always say, if you're driving down the road and you see something on the side of the road, like some roadkill or something, you hop out, you put your hand on it. Okay, if it's cold, you leave it there. If it's warm, it's dinner.
It just died. I know that's right. Y'all would live, oh my God, life of barbarians down in South Mont's Corner.
So y'all really picked up roadkill and ate it?
No, man, I'm saying it was a joke.
You go home and clean it.
I don't know what's a joke with y'all.
Oh, Lord.
What do y'all do in Dominican communities? Huh?
I'm not Dominican.
What do y'all eat?
Sir.
Huh?
Not Dominican.
Other than your cousins.
What?
Oh my God. Stop.
They don't eat their cousins. You know what? Leave us on a positive note.
Listen.
Wait, hold on. Before you're positive note, I have to say something.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta let the people know because Top Dog Law sponsors the latest.
Oh my God, Top Dog Law!
I gotta let them know that y'all can call Top Dog Law for any accident, big or small. You go to TopDogLaw.com.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you. Go ahead.
You go to TopDogLaw.com for any accident, big or small.
How can you
sponsoring
listen?
the
Top Dog
ladies.
Law is the #1 law firm in the hood.
Everywhere.
All right. Everybody know Top Dog Law because you can't avoid it.
Top Dog Law say get out the car, you put your hand on it, if it's still warm.
You see what I'm saying?
If you get an accident, put your hand on it, it's still warm.
Everywhere we go, Top Dog Law is screaming at us all the goddamn time. I can be in another state. Top Dog Law. God damn.
Well, leave us on a positive note, sir.
Listen, Helen Keller once said that character cannot be developed in ease and in quiet. Okay, only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Have a great day.
How the hell she know? She was blind and deaf, and she had. You read that where she wrote that?
And she still became Helen Keller. Think about that. She was blind and deaf, and I'm quoting her all these years later. So yeah, she knows a little thing or two about succeeding.
Lord Jesus. Okay.
Breakfast Club, bitches. Y'all finished or y'all done?
Woke up. Wake you up. Wake that ass up. Program your alarm to Power 105.1 on iHeartRadio.